Oh my gosh, people. Ugh. I understand. Yesterday was a very, very ugly victory for the Browns. Baker looked, or Baker did not look good. I'm just gonna admit he did not look good. But booing your team, booing anybody on your home team is freaking ridiculous. I I don't care what the guy's performance was. I don't care who is performing it or who is playing it. You don't boo your own team. Like Browns fans, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing? We were noisy when the Browns were on offense, trying to get things together, and we booed Baker whenever we booed Baker late in the fourth quarter when he threw that second interception. And yeah, it was an ugly interception. Yes, it almost lost us the game. No, you do not boo your own teammate. Booing your own team does nothing constructive for your team. It only works to break down the players who are already probably kicking themselves for making a terrible, terrible mistake. The last thing they need in that instance is some other third party just harping on them, whether it's the coach, whether it's the fans. You don't need it. You don't need it. Nothing positive can come out of this. If you want, if you want to say your, or if you want to voice your displeasure with the team, don't buy the tickets. Don't buy tickets for them. There are there are constructive ways to criticize your team and have a very, very healthy discourse with them. I mean, I like myself, or I am like many other YouTubers come on and they voice it, or, and we voice our concerns here in space. Okay, a lot of people turn to other social media uh, platforms to voice their concerns and displeasures with with their team. Okay, if you want to get up and if you want to get up and leave your seat because you're not pleased with your team, okay. But booing your team, but is completely unlike all those other examples I gave. Those other examples are or can be a very healthy part of a discourse or of public discourse. I am I am a communication study. He is major, sure, and part of my curriculum and what or is so a public speaking public discourse, course, and how to read an audience. This is or booing your team is not part of a healthy discourse. I've I'm an athlete myself. I or I have absolutely made my share of mistakes on the baseball field. But I remember there something that my high school varsity coach said he would never ever do. He would never ever harp on a player in a game who just made an error. Mentally, they're already kicking themselves, and by screaming at them or by harping on them in some way and way whether it's a some sort whether there it is a some sort of a verbal discipline or from the coach or booing from the fans. All of this does is just add pressure to the team, and it just adds pressure to the players mentally. It's just a it's just another source of stress that we don't need. We don't want this. We don't want this, okay? There are other ways to voice your concerns, as I've said before. All those other ways are far less destructive, and actually they're constructive. And and before you say I'm just against people voicing their displeasure, that is not true. That is not true. Voicing your displeasure is a very healthy part of public discourse. That's how you keep conversations going and well, simply disagreeing with someone or not liking something doesn't necessarily make it or does is not necessarily destructive. But I will admit, I don't think I think what I also don't think that um, um, what uh, Baker said it in response to the fans was it any better or he didn't talk to reporters after the game on Sunday, saying that he was quote unquote frustrated among other things. And that he thought it'd be best to wait before talking to the media when he did on Monday. Or when he did on Monday, he took a jab at those boos. Those are probably the same fans that won't be quiet while we're on offense and trying to operate, Mayfield told reporters. So don't really care. Um, Yeah, I don't think that's gonna do you many favors, for his Baker. His performance against Detroit was slightly better than the previous week when New England blew out the Browns 45-7, and Mayfield managed just 11 completions and 73 yards before leaving in the third quarter with a right knee contusion. But it extended up and down. Yeah, but it extended an up and down year for Mayfield and the Browns. Browns, where they won three of their first four games before taking just three of the seven since. Well, this is going to be interesting to see what happens next. I really, really hope that this does not spark some sort of a, a major. I really hope this does not start some sort of major rift between the Browns, Mayfield, Field, and the fans. Like, come on, this organization and this fan base has suffered enough pain already. We don't need that. We don't need to be causing our own stress. That's going to do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, follow me on social media. Also, I have a sports talk show podcast that I do with my friend Ty every week. And well, except last week we didn't. That's because I didn't have internet last week. Subscribe over there as well. Watch all those episodes. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye.